Hello everyone, my name is Orna Ben-Shoshan. I create Kabbalistic guidance and divination products and a teacher of spirituality and Kabbalah. In this webinar, we're going to talk about the 72 names of God and all the products that were inspired by their knowledge, which are available to you. If you want to gain deep insights, expand your consciousness, and make your life easier, abundant, and enlightened, these products are the means that will help you achieve that. The 72 names of God are one of the many topics included in the vast ocean of Kabbalistic wisdom and practice. I have been studying this topic in depth for several years. After a long and consistent work with the sacred 72 names of God, I managed to bring about a significant breakthrough in my life and heal myself in many ways. My worldview has changed 180 degrees. This process is still going on. It is a work of a lifetime. So, what are the 72 names of God? These are sacred names that serve as powerful tools that we can implement in our lives to open our channels to the infinite source of light and abundance in the universe. They consist of 72 letter combinations of 3 letters each. The powers of the 72 names were activated in the biblical story of the splitting of the Red Sea in the book of Exodus. In this historic event, a miracle occurred which bent the laws of nature in favor of man. The 72 names of God are attributed to the names of the Creator. You may ask, why does God need so many names? The Creator is one, and we cannot grasp its true essence. But its power is manifested in the material world through its many names and appellations. Each sacred name is a fraction of the explicit name Yod He Vav He, which carries a wide array of frequencies and unique powers. Where do these sacred names come from? The 72 names of God are encoded in the second book of the Bible, in the book of Exodus, in chapter 14, verses 19, 20, and 21. These 3 verses describe the actual miracle that caused the Red Sea to split, so the children of Israel could go through it to escape the Egyptian army. As the Kabbalah teaches, the Torah contains much beyond a historical story and a list of laws. Kabbalists know how to find letter combinations and hidden knowledge that is encrypted in the written text. Each one of the 72 letter combinations can be considered as some kind of key, a spiritual force, a unique vibration. The 72 names of God enable us to carry out deep spiritual transformations, so we can receive a feeling of light into our conscious vessels. If we inscribe their powers within us, they will open our channels to receive light and abundance in every area of our lives. We can actually implement them in our lives to generate healing and transformation of any kind, to create a new reality for ourselves, and change our personal experience in the world. The more clean and open channels we have, and the more vessels are transformed, the more light can flow into our vessels. To give you an example, let's talk about a specific letter combination that will help us open the channels for abundance. the letter combination Samech Aleph Lamed. Samech Aleph Lamed helps to attract abundance, material success, and prosperity, and brings good fortune and blessing from the upper light, which is the source of all abundance. It helps to eliminate financial barriers, improve livelihood, and remove debts. The frequency of this name helps to break the grip of the powers of impurity in the field of livelihood, in cases where the flow of abundance has been disrupted due to many misconducts or external influences. In fact, the letter combination Samech Aleph Lamed is able to improve the law of abundance of any kind into our lives, such as stable health, wisdom, good relationships, contentment, and joy. Samech Aleph Lamed is not a magic formula that pours money into your pocket miraculously, but thanks to the strengthening of your faith in divine abundance, it directs the income you earn so it comes from the side of holiness, so that you will never lack anything. Together with that, there are some things you should know. You may meditate with Samech Aleph Lamed on a daily basis, but still see no results. What is the reason for it? That your vessel is not ready yet to absorb the frequency of Samech Aleph Lamed. There may be deeper blockages in the area of livelihood that you will first have to remove. Your consciousness must undergo deep transformations before abundance can easily fill your vessels. In other words, many people mistakenly think that it is enough to meditate every day with Samech Aleph Lamed to make them rich and successful. In many situations, this does not happen. The reasons for blockages in abundance are many and complex. There may be other vessels in us that are still covered with screens that clog the channels of abundance. For example, negative self-image, self-hatred, belief that I don't deserve it, or internal conflict. The difficulty of absorbing abundance is related to our state of consciousness, a certain karma, the developmental needs of the soul, or even an evil eye directed towards us. Therefore, in many cases, you first have to remove the other screens and obstructions, and this is done through gradual work and in stages. The problem should be treated from the root, removing one blockage after the other by working with different letter combinations for a period of time. For an ongoing, long-lasting problem or blockage, the letter combination to work with should be chosen intuitively. This is explained in detail in the course. Let's move to the next part of the lesson and talk about the products available to you which are based on the 72 names of God. The 72 names cards are designed to give you insights and guidance in every area of life. The answers they provide touch the deep spiritual root of the issue you ask about, and also give you practical advice and prediction. The set includes 72 cards, and each card shows one of the letter combinations of the 72 names of God. These are the cards. The special virtue is to connect you to your inner wisdom, to the vast knowledge that you already have in your consciousness, and to draw the relevant answers you need to solve any challenging life situation. You can also use the cards when you need to make an intuitive choice of a letter combination to meditate on. This way, you bypass your inner judgment system, get right into your subconscious, and find a letter combination according to the guidance of your soul. Usually, the card that you draw in a reading also carries the letter combination that you need to inscribe in your body and mind in order to generate transformation and cure the issue you are asking about. Let's try to ask the cards about the issue of livelihood and abundance and see what message they can give us. The reading is very simple. For any question, you only need to draw one card. In some cases, you can draw a second card to get an additional perspective over the situation. The best way to do it is to focus on the question as you shuffle the cards. You can be very specific with your question or ask for a general message, something you need to know right now. My question is, what blocks me from increasing my income? What is the root of the blockage, and what do I need to do in order to release it? So, I shuffle the cards and draw one card. The card that came out in the reading is card number 66, which carries the letter combination Mem Nun Kof. And here is what the answer looks like. In the booklet, the answer is given in 3 phases: perspective, direction, and bottom line. The first statement I get about the letter combination Mem Nun Kof is taking responsibility over life. The perspective parts says, difficulties and challenges are the means by which we learn to discover ourselves and the coping powers that were given to us. It is possible that at this time you are experiencing delays and losses, feel isolated and neglected, and blame others for not responding to your needs. You may see yourself as a victim of life circumstances. So, the first thing we learn is that what blocks me from increasing my income is an inability to cope with the challenges involved in making a living. That a poor spiritual state makes me feel like a victim of life. That I tend to blame others for my inability to earn more money. The direction part gives us a spiritual lesson that we need to learn. And it says, in many cases, it is difficult to understand the sequence of reasons that cause our suffering, and we feel angry, helpless, and want to take revenge on the people who hurt us. Self-pity is a warm and comfortable nest to sink into, but it will not lead you to a solution. Although your life consequences were written in advance, you are given the freedom to choose your attitude and the ways to fix the situation. And the bottom line says, the passing ordeal was for your own good. This is an excellent opportunity to take responsibility for your life and change the circumstances you created. Act. Do not be responsive. Get out into the jungle without expecting help from the outside. Your success depends on your self-reliance and willingness to control your destiny. As you can see, we can get a lot of information from one card. The card detected that the root for our blockage is inability to take responsibility and blame everyone else for our situation. In order to rectify the issue of livelihood, I should work with the letter combination Mem Nun Kof for a few days and inscribe its frequency in the body and mind. There are several meditation techniques that are taught in the course about the 72 names of God, on which we shall talk in a moment. The second spiritual tool is my book, 72 Sessions with the Soul, and this is the book. The book teaches the essence of the 72 names of God, their origin, virtues, and the spiritual lessons they convey. This knowledge will provide you with deep insights into your life. The 72 spiritual lessons were written over a number of years and are based on the transformative qualities of the Kabbalistic 72 names of God. The first part of the book introduces the 72 names, how they can help us and how they work, where they are encoded in the Bible, and teaches about the importance of personal rectification. It also teaches how to choose a letter combination that is most suitable for us for a certain purpose. The second part of the book contains the 72 spiritual lessons and the virtues of each letter combination. Since the book is linked to the 72 names cards, it also provides a message from the corresponding card which carries that letter combination. The third part of the book contains several meditation techniques that you can implement for any letter combination and a summarizing table. I was asked many times whether the cards can be used without the book, or the book can be used by itself. My answer is that they work together perfectly. The book provides additional insights to the answers given by the interpretation booklet of the cards, and gives you a wider perspective regarding the magical virtues of the letter combinations. When you use both items together, you hold in your hands a complete transformative tool that can help you solve any problem and grow. The third spiritual tool is the online course, the 72 Names of God, Kabbalah Spiritual Healing, Level 1 and 2. This course provides you with practical tools for spiritual healing, personal transformation, and drawing abundance to all areas of your life. In this experiential course, you will learn about the virtues of the 72 names of God, the special energetic vibrations, and how to implement them in practice. You will practice different Kabbalistic meditation techniques and learn how to apply the knowledge of the 72 names for different purposes. Working with the 72 names of God is the most effective way to solve your ongoing problems from the root, to get immediate relief in stressful circumstances, expand your consciousness, and transform your vessels. It helps you control your destiny and bring light, hope, and balance into your life. The course also provides wide knowledge about essential concepts in Kabbalah, which will deepen your understanding about the big cosmic plan, the thought of creation, and how it is manifested in your life. Another important advantage of this course is that you will learn how to identify, read, write, and visualize Hebrew letters. The course was first published 4 years ago in English and gained many positive reviews. Many students testify that it was a life-changing experience for them. As I have mentioned in my previous workshop, many people truly believe that life on earth is tough by nature, and suffering is part of the story of growing and learning. And many people do agonize over so many issues in life. The question is whether we are really forced to go through so much suffering. Our growth process can be carried out in the long and agonizing way, or alternatively in the faster and easier way. We have the right to choose which way to go. If you choose to accelerate your growth process and do it with less suffering, you can implement all these spiritual tools and improve your life significantly, starting today. Within a few months, you will be able to feel a new person. The last thing I would like to talk about is what is expected for us in the new year 2025. The situation in the world is very unstable nowadays, and we can expect that many frameworks are going to undergo far-reaching changes. These days, our world operates on an accelerated and intense timeline. I am sure that it feels to you that each week goes by faster, that processes that once took years or several months to complete exhaust themselves within days or weeks. This is the manifestation of acceleration of time. Intense global changes are expected, which will affect us on the collective level and the personal level. We do not have much control over what is going on around us, because there are mighty forces active in the universe that generate a big shift for humanity. It will manifest as economic, political, and military changes. There are also many evil forces that raise their heads right now, fighting for their lives, before they will be flooded with huge light that will destroy them. At this point, the evil forces would do their best to cling to people and suck their energies. The reality which we experience nowadays is complex, but eventually everything will be for the best, and we shall come out of the other side of the tunnel stronger and more united into a brighter reality. Do not be afraid of the intense change, and it will be much easier to follow with the circumstances and not to resist them. Although we may see ourselves as negligible factors in the big shift, there is a lot we can do to prepare ourselves for what is coming. So we shall go through the challenging times with ease and peace of mind. Every period of crisis gives us an opportunity for accelerated growth. As I've mentioned, time is short, and we must act quickly to prepare ourselves spiritually. The guidance I received has to do with internal cleansing. It came to me through the letter combination Mem, Vav, Mem on card number 72. That means that at this point we must clean up the remnants of negative karma and clear unresolved issues in our lives. Most of us have unfinished spiritual accounts from the past and previous incarnations, cases in which we committed transgressions or hurt another person through our fault or ignorance. When a certain karmic debt is accumulated within us, we know it at the soul level. If we believe that we must be punished for past mistakes, we develop a compulsive fear that someone will come and hurt us back. And this fear haunts us all the time and wherever we go. The fear in our thoughts may manifest itself in the physical reality, and we may be harmed or become a victim of damage to property, body, or soul. It will be much easier to go through the upcoming year with as little fear as possible. To ease the difficulty that falls upon us from the outside, we need to clean the house from the inside. Therefore, we must focus on practical actions. Our house and living space must be cleansed of harsh energies in various methods, such as implementing holy names, candles, incense, or any purification rituals you know. The atmosphere between the family members must be cleared, and peace of harmony restored with our spouses and partners. You must compensate any person you hurt in the past to neutralize the feelings of resentment. Charity and donation must be given to transform your vessels and atone for iniquities. Even if damage to property happens, God forbid, we must remember that the loss of property comes to atone for injury to the soul. And all this should be done right now, when the ground is shaking under our feet, and reality requires us to carry out a significant purification and transform our conscious vessels. As you can see, even though we do not have much control over what is happening around us, we can definitely do a lot to prepare ourselves spiritually for what is about to come. It is much easier to flow with intense changes when our vessels are pure and refined, and it prevents a lot of agony. So, this is all for now. Thank you for being with me, and blessings to you.